I'm here today to chat with you about something that is very close to my heart. It's called breaking the box. A box conforms you. It kind of asks you to do what's inside of it, and it asks you to be part of a certain set of norms. So box one, my Punjabi family, a very well-respected, big, super protective about the girls kind of family in Pune. So I'm not gonna get into the little nitty-gritties of that, but let's go with keywords. All girls school, all girls college. I remember at 18, I kind of got a little rebellious, and I walked out of my room one day wearing kajal for the first time in my life. And my dad looked at me and said, "Beta, that makeup you're wearing on your face, please go take it off." I'm like, what makeup, Dad? That is makeup. Okay, Dad, but why? Because your husband will decide if you should wear makeup or not. So after 20, when you're married, let him decide for you. Like I decided for your mother when she wanted to wear nail paint. And it was the weirdest thing I had heard. But today when I hear that, I think it's super crazy. But back in the day, it wasn't so much because I had heard that from the time I was little. So 1 to 20 to even now, I hear such strange things coming from my parents. It's not their fault really, right? Well, I wanted to kind of grow my wings. I wanted to go to college. I wanted to meet new people. So I studied really hard in the 10th grade. And I was looking up colleges after I did well. And my dad comes to me again, my dad being the protagonist of this story almost. He's like, "What are you looking at?" I'm like, "Dad, I'm going to go to college. I want to go to Warrior College or Symbiosis or whatever." And he says, "No, beta, you can't do that." Why? "Because we've already made the decision for you." And he says it like this, with no anger and all. "You're going to the all-girls college. It's St. Mira's College in Pune. It's one of the best. All the girls in our family go to that college." I said, "Wow, thank you." Like, wings taken away. Anyway, that's when box 2 comes into play. The mandate to get married. "Beta, you can do your post-grad, but promise us that at 20 you will start seeing boys and get married." I was done with the all-girls college. I wanted to pursue a career in journalism because I thought journalists have power. They can do whatever they want in life. So I was like, I want to do journalism. I think that's a great idea. Let me go for it. And my dad's like, "But why don't you want to do an MBA? Do an MBA if you want to get educated further." So it took a lot of fighting for me to convince my parents to let me go to a college that was far away, in Pune itself, but far away, and they had live-in campus, and I had to live there and stay away from my family for the very first time. It was such a great thing for me. I was so happy. And they were like, "No, we can't do that." I was like, "No, please." And that's when this line, it's a memory as fresh as a daisy in my head where this line came into play. That when they agreed to college, this is what they said. So I said, "Thanks, okay, if this is what I have to do." So I told myself, I've got 2 years to live it up. I'll just go out there and I'll really have a blast. Because after that, my husband decides, he takes over the reins, So let's do it. You'd assume that I put my everything into studying and into my course. I went to Symbiosis, Institute of Media and Communication. I had this new interest in world cinema because AV production is part of my course structure, and they were showing us these films that I'd never seen. I was like, wow, this is super. I want to watch TV all day. And of course, the main thing I was doing was trying to find an internship. I bagged one at a fashion magazine in Pune. Which meant I had to juggle between my course structure at college and an editor breathing fire down my neck. Because you don't get a byline when you're working as an intern in a fashion magazine, but there is still an editor that does the exact same thing if you were in a job or an internship. So it was slowly getting like that. And this is where box 3 comes into place. What college should be. When we're in college, we tell ourselves that, our parents tell us, everybody around us tells us, this is your post-graduation, do everything you can, make it worthwhile, this is what you have to do, this is going to make your life or break it. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, not at all. You've got to concentrate on your college and all of the stuff that comes out of there, but get an internship. Get as many internships as you can. That's what I did. It really opens up your horizons. It's a brilliant way to actually get some exposure And never mind if they don't pay you a dime, because I'll be honest, your first few years of work life is going to be as good as no money. So you might as well get used to it beforehand and not make a big deal out of it. It opened up the box that I was in for 20 years. This word internship, it really did. And instead of honoring my parents' wishes, I was off. The second box, which they said that I have to get married, I kind of ran away from home, went to Bombay to start a new life with no money. That's where box 4 comes in. Okay, so I was told this, and again, there are things in your life that people will tell you that will stick. They'll stick forever. They'll probably make you think constantly, or they'll bring out something in you, which is what brought me here today. Because these are things like when you're told you're a hanger, love, just wear the garment and walk. It's not the nicest thing to hear, because they expect you to not have a brain. Anyway, I've been scouted now at this point in time by a modeling agency in Bombay. I was featured in a fashion magazine while I was, the anchor producer at the news channel. And they did a piece on working women where they styled us and made us look all like pretty and stuff. And so this agency calls me one day and says, hey, do you want to model? And I left my role as an anchor producer. Can you believe it? I did it again. I left it all and I moved. It's amazing, because why would you do that, right? You're getting money every day, you're working every day, and in the job, in the modeling world, you literally have 10 days where you get a job in a good month, 10 days where you get a job, the rest of the days, the 20 days, you're just sitting and... I'm just going to tell you right now that I am not the model that you see in your ads and your commercials, the pretty girl with the fair skin that gets paid a ton of money. Okay, not that girl. I am the girl that is in a great magazine like Vogue, which with this afro, some scary makeup on her face, and this really angry look, because that is the editorial girl. That girl gets paid nothing at all. Anyway, too much time, too little money, but how much twiddling comes to do? Instagram was a new thing. I started to ride every time I had a day off from modeling. And I posted my experiences, like, it was just random. I just post an experience, I take one random picture and post an experience. But hey, I completely missed the part where I was supposed to tell you how I started riding, if you want to know that. Cut the long story short, it was a sob story. But I always wanted to learn how to ride a motorcycle. And that's what happens when you're alone and you have nothing to do. You're like, yes, I will do this now. Asked a friend, hey, will you teach me? And he's like, ha, no. Will you give me a bike? Definitely no. Are you mad? What kind of question is that? Okay then, go to YouTube, see everything, learn what a sequential gearbox is, learn how gears work, learn how the motorcycle is different from riding, a basic bike, a moped. And then your friend takes you seriously and he's like, Acha, you're actually serious about this? Yeah, okay, I'll give you my bike, but if you drop it, you buy it or you're paying for it. Okay, took his bullet, went, dropped it like a million times, okay? Kept dropping it, injured myself, burnt my leg, because that's what, started riding. And when I had learned how to finally like go 10 meters down the road without a bump, I thought I did the best thing in my life. Really, from everything I had done, been on TV, modeled, all of that, I thought this is what I was meant to do, yeah. What have I been doing all my life? This is the moment. I asked myself, okay, what was this Instagram page going to be called? I sat with my friends. I mean, I didn't want it to be my name because I didn't want people coming there for the modeling bit. I wanted them to come there for the bikes. So I wanted it to be an anonymous account with no name. But we couldn't. I sat down with my friends. We brainstormed and nothing. Nothing at all. Until it literally came to me like this. How about we just name it Bike with Girl? And that's where Bike with Girl came into play. Why Bike with Girl, you ask, and not like everybody asks me, not girl with bike? Because hey, the bike always and should forever come before the girl. And that's what I wanted the page to kind of be. I suddenly started seeing a lot of people following my stories, encouraging me to do a lot more. And then before I knew it, I had hit 100K followers. Motorcycle manufacturers started asking me to try out their new launches, and you know, I'd post about it. Mind you, I was making no money at all. I'm like, to be honest, making nothing at all. But it was the most fun I had had in my life. Everywhere I'd go, people would look at me in the most positive way. Even the rural areas, they were so welcoming. And I mean, I'm not going to lie, there is a whole ton of hate that comes your way when you're doing something like this, because you're literally opening up your life and saying, hi, come, please hate on me. There's trolls, I keep getting written about, memes are made about me. Every time I say something that's a mistake, it gets picked on and amplified like so much. You'll find it online if you actually look for it. It's a great life. I mean, who doesn't want to get hated on, right? I'll be honest, people think that it's very easy to deal with hate, but I'm human, and I can tell you, if there's a hater in this room right now, you are affecting me if you are writing about me in a negative way, because I am human at the end of the day, and I feel bad, and it affects me for many days when stuff like this happens, but I kind of just, if I have to dwell on it, then I'm not going to be able to kind of go towards the purpose that I am here for. Anyway, my parents were really dead against this. They still are. My father had fallen ill last year, and my mother was blaming me for it, saying, he's worried sick all the time, you're on the bike, something happens to you, you're going to hurt yourself, and we're going to have no face to show the family. Because of course, the family is everything. The family decides, right? If something happens to you, it's always the family. I was done feeling guilty for things, you know, everybody's life going wrong. It was always Priyanka to blame, because Priyanka was the rebellious one. Priyanka was doing things that no Punjabi girl should ever be doing. And I was done with that, honestly. I had made a choice. I am going to ride motorcycles, and nobody or nothing is going to stop me from it. I bought my first bike, a 200cc motorcycle, and I was in love. Bike with Girl was supposed to be my personal album that I looked back at when I was 80, and I would say, oh my God, what a nutter I was when I was 25. You know, I didn't think it actually garnered a lot of eyeballs, especially in our country. I mean, the Bike with Girl is something from all of the stuff that I did that I never expected a thing out of. And honestly, like, I can say it out to you today, it is not the number of followers that makes me all excited about this. I know I get a lot of freebies, and I know that I get to ride the coolest motorcycles, and I get to ride to the coolest places. But you know what the greater joy of this entire exercise is? That there are so many girls, there's so many women out there, there's women with kids who wanted to ride a motorcycle back when they were young, but everybody just said, no, girls don't do this. They're writing to me now, and they're like, hi, can you teach us? We want to do this. Some girls are actually considering this an alternate career option. And this, when I look at it, I feel like, oh my God, wow, what have we done here, right? I mean, yes, in our country, in almost 2020 right now, even when I take out a big bike and go riding around a metropolitan like Bombay, people still stare like, whoa. But it's progress, right? We've made progress. We've come here and we have made progress, and this is great because we're all of us are in boxes of our own. We all are. I'm telling you, from the time we're like born, especially in a place like India, so many people deciding for us what we should be, where we constantly have to, we know we're in a box. And you know, yes, my parents wanted for me an MBA, and through my 10 years of work life, have forever regretted every decision I made. I'm sure your families expect a lot from you guys as well. And that's why I'm here, to share with you that it is okay to think different. That is okay to want different. And then it is okay to finally choose different. Again, I say this, I didn't expect a thing from Bike with Girl. And today I'm standing, from all the things I have done in my life, today I'm standing here because of a random idea that struck me. I'm here now because of that. Today, I don't even have time to take up the smaller modeling gigs. And that's how busy this alternate career choice, you know, of riding different motorcycles every day has me in for. In fact, I started racing last year. And it's such a fulfilling experience because I'm racing against 15-year-olds, people that are literally half my age. Motorsport in our country and over the world, people start as early as 7 and 8. And in our country, like at about 12, 13. And again, people must think, oh, she's out there to prove a point, because I've heard people say that about me. But I think I'm more in it because at 33, I want to see if I can actually push myself physically and mentally to break those blocks down that I was in all these years. And if I was 20 and I was racing, I want to be there. I want to see if I could have experienced that. So I'm going to, 33 is not going to be the barrier that's going to hold me down. And I'm going to make this happen. And let's hope that I can do it this year as well, racing in the National Motorcycle Championship. I spent 20 years of my life living the way my family and society have wanted me to. And that's what I'm going to undo now. If you're in the same position, you need to start undoing it for yourself right away. The faster you break down those boxes, the faster you will be able to move forward. I can assure you that. Don't get me wrong, my experiences growing up have made me the girl I am today. Unapologetic, kind of fearless, and a complete hustler. And I really wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you.